our mission is to, well, I'm going to let Isaiah 49 explain that, what our mission thirdly is. Turn quickly to Isaiah 49 chapter. Isaiah 49 chapter. Isaiah 49 chapter, read the first to the third verse.
Listen, O owls, unto me, and hearken, ye people, from far. The Most High hath called me from the womb, from the bowels of my mother hath he made mention of my name. And he hath made my mouth like a sharp sword. In the shadow of his hand hath he hid me, and made me a polished shaft. In his quiver hath he hid me, and said unto me, Thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified.
Okay, drop down to the fifth verse, read the fifth and the sixth verse.
And now says the Most High, that formed me from the womb to be his servant, to bring Jacob again to him. Thou, Israel, be not gathered, yet shall I be glorious in the eyes of the Most High, and my Elohim shall be my strength. And he said, It is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob.
It is a light thing. It is a light thing just to send you just to raise up the tribes of Jacob. You understand? Read on, brother.
And to restore the preserve of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles.
For a light to who?
To the Gentiles.
For a light to who?
To the Gentiles.
So it is a right thing for us just to teach our people. I mean, the scripture is saying, Yahweh is saying, it's just a right thing just for us just to teach our people. You understand? But he's also given us, you understand, as a nation, as a kingdom of priests, to be a light to who?
The Gentiles.
I didn't write that. So our mission, third point of mission, is to be a light to the Gentiles. We your teachers. We the ones who are ordained by Yahweh to teach all the other ethnicities in the world the righteousness of Yahweh. Because the oracles was first committed unto us. Hallelujah. So we have the advantage. Hallelujah. Not because of ourselves, but simply because of the favor of Hamashiach. Fourthly, our mission, you don't have to read that, but fourthly, our mission is to, according to Matthew 25th chapter, the 35th to the 40th verse, our mission is to feed the hungry, provide drink to the thirsty, provide visit those who are in prison, visit those who are in the hospitals, the clothed and naked. We desire to do that both spiritually and physically, because we know that Hamashiach came and fed the 4,000 and the 5,000. He fed them both spiritually and also what? Physically. Right? When he fed the 4,000 or 5,000, he said they had terror with me for so long. So he fed them spiritually and he fed them physically. And as I'm about to conclude this explanation of our mission statement, we teach to organize our people to repent. We teach to organize our people to repent. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And let me tell you something. You need to study your life around keeping that commandments of Yahweh. Ain't nobody gonna ask me to do nothing on Shabbat. Nobody in my family. So they know my order of life. They know my structure. You're not gonna ask me to come do nothing on Shabbat. You understand? Now, if I ride to Shabbat and there's a lady on the side of the road with a flat tire, of course, that's charity. I'll stop and do that. You understand? But if you know I keep Shabbat, you're not going to call me and disrupt me from keeping Shabbat. Hallelujah. You have to make people respect your faith. Hallelujah. But we teach to organize our people to repent. Okay? And we teach to organize our people for our for our welfare. Okay? And we teach to organize our people to engage the social ills that afflict our people. Y'all see that? We teach to organize our people to repent, meaning change your lifestyle, and to organize our people for our welfare. All of the initiatives that come over here and pool their resources together and look out for one another, right? Well, that's what we're trying to do here at Lost Foundation Life. We're not just coming together quoting scriptures and throwing scriptures out there. If we all want to be part of it. Hallelujah. And we teach to engage the social ills that afflict our people in the hood. Hallelujah. Okay. We don't teach with a stubborn attitude. We teach with humility. Hallelujah. We don't teach with a stubborn attitude. We teach with humility. I just wanted to give you an explanation on why our mission statement is like it is. Because it's Bible. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's give it over to Skip here as he come up and bring our message.
Shalom, everybody.
Shalom.
Okay. Yeah, here we are. You know, the Most High watched over us all week and allowed us to assemble again. But today, family, you know, we're going to talk about a few things. And starting off with, you know, we're not doing things the way the Most High instructs us to do. And this is why we keep getting into certain situations, and these situations are driving us crazy almost, you know, because we're not listening. And this is something our forefathers did too. You know, they got in a lot of trouble by not doing things exactly like the Most High said do. And so, with that being said, we're going to discuss a lot of things. Now, before we do, read that verse 8. Carol.
1 Corinthians 2:14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of Yahuwah, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. Mark 4:11-12. And he said unto them, Unto you it is given to know the mysteries of the kingdom of Yahuwah. But unto them that are without, all things are done in parable, that seeing that they may see, and not perceive, and hearing, that they may hear, and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted, and their sins should be forgiven them.
Okay, wait just a second. The reason I had him read these verses, because a lot of times, brothers and sisters, because they don't understand the scriptures, hadn't been revealed to them, they take it as it's not true. He's a false teacher. He's this and that, because they lack understanding. See? So, because you don't understand something, don't write it off as not being true. What you do is ask the Most High to reveal it to you. See? Just write the scriptures down. That's why we always tell you. Write the scriptures down and go home and ask the Most High to reveal it to you. I've had scriptures that I struggle with. Now, I know y'all familiar with the scripture of when this disciple was wanting to follow Marcion, but his dad had died, and he wanted to go bury him. And it sounded like Marcion was being insensitive when he asked to go bury the dead. And what Marcion told him, let the dead bury the dead. Now, carnally thinking, see, you're misunderstanding. You missed the whole point if you're thinking carnally. Without living human brain. But it was a spiritual lesson. Now, we know a dead person, physically dead, can't bury another dead person. We already know that. What Marcion was saying to him, let those spiritually dead people worry about burying the dead people, the physically dead. That's what he was telling me. But we'll look at that verse, that don't make no sense. How the dead people gonna bury a dead person? So we have to get out of this mindset. The Most High created us in His image. But man today, because of lack of understanding, and he wants to make the Most High into our image. See? Because he don't understand, so he's going to limit the Most High, and that's something we don't do. Don't ever limit the Most High. We go to thinking about what we're able to do physically. And we try to apply that same rule to the Most High. And the Most High breaks all kinds of rules of nature when He gets good and ready. He is not bound by any of that. So we have to quit looking at the Most High carnally. He's a spirit. He's existence itself. So we go by what we can do physically. Oh man, that's impossible for somebody to do that. Well, for us, we're limited. Our bodies limit us. We can only be in one physical location at a time. That's not true with the Most High. He's everywhere, at all times. Okay, so we got to really start thinking spiritually, and that's going to take you a long way. Like I say, always seek. The first thing you want to see from the Most High is wisdom. That's what you ask me for. Wisdom and understanding of the scripture. What was the first thing Elijah asked for? Elijah, he said he wanted a double portion of what he got. See? That's what you ask the Most High for. I stay in this place so much, it's all the time, and I'm always wondering, what that mean? So, That's the way you have to be consistent. When he sees you consistent and you really want to understand the word, really want your eyes open, he'll do it. You know, one more verse that I struggled with for about a year and a half, I was willing to the truth and still struggling. That's what Hebrews 11, you know what it said, the things that we see what made up, the thing, boy, that tore me up for a minute until he finally gave me a revelation. But when you don't understand something, set it to the side and move on. And, just pray for understanding, and then one day you'll read it, and it'll push your head wide up. Oh, man, that's what that means. Okay? Finish.
1 Corinthians 2 and 13. Say Cain when you have it. First Corinthians 2 and 13. Which things also we speak, not in word which man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Ruach HaKodesh teaches, comparing Ruach things with the Ruach. 2 Peter 3 and 16. Okay. As also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to understand, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
I think we can stop right there. See, that was Peter telling people about Paul. See, a lot of people get Paul's teaching that, the pistol, all this stuff, because they don't understand it. And, that's to your own detriment, because of the style and the way that Paul teaches, and when people can't understand Paul's teaching, they automatically call him a false prophet. Automatically they did. Because the way he say things will go over your head until you really bear down and really get to understand. That's why people say that. See, some of the things Paul says, it's hard to understand. And it is. And that's why we have most brothers and sisters, they don't deal with Paul at all. Not at all. They run from it. Because they don't have that understanding. But, family, we got to start doing things the way the Most High say do it, and it's no other way around. And we're going to look at some examples of that from our forefathers. Go ahead and that would be what, 1 Samuel?
1 Samuel 8, 5 through 7.
And just watch how, we always think that man didn't need the Most High over. We always wanted a human king.
Okay.
And said unto him, Behold, thou art old, and thy son walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. But the things displeased Samuel, when they said, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto the Most High. And the Most High said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people, in all that they say unto thee. For they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them.
See, man had this crazy idea that he was able to govern himself, and we can't. You know, we've had almost 6,000 years of that, and we just can't govern ourselves. And what's more, it may come to a shock to some people, but since the fall of Adam and Eve, we don't have direct contact with the Most High. Now, I know that sounds crazy, but we don't. See, since that fall, we've always had a mediator. Either it was Moses, the prophets, Mashiach, but there's always been a go-between between us and the Most High. Because when we fail, that caused a separation between us and the Most High. Mashiach has come to bridge that gap. So this is why when we instructed to pray, you know, at the end of our prayer, we're saying, Yeshua's name. That's your bridge. That's your bridge. And I don't understand a lot of Old Testament only brothers and sisters, but that's the only way. Mashiach said himself, if those who try to come up any other way is the same as the rock as a thief.
Hallelujah.
You can't get to it no other way. The scripture says there's no name under the heaven that thereby we can be saved. See, the Most High gave us that name through which we be saved. When he wanted to contact man, he gave prophets, visions, and dreams. And Moses. So we've always had to have a mediator because of the play on words and the semantics Satan used on Eve. Now, did he lie to her? Absolutely not. He was telling her the truth, believe it or not. When she said, well, the Most High said, we're not supposed to eat over this. The day we eat over it, we should have died. See? But in Eve's mindset, she's thinking physical death. Satan knew it didn't mean physical death. So that's why he told her, you sure you're not going to die? He was right out here, 900 some years old? They didn't drop dead when they ate. But see, Satan was using semantics and deceit. And he was right. He said, you sure you're not going to die? And it didn't. Their death was spiritual. It was a spiritual death. And anytime we're separated from the Most High, we're spiritually dead. So our reuniting with the Most High is through Mashiach.
Hallelujah.
And before I get through this lesson, we'll see just when that's going in too. We'll see when that's going in, where we no longer need to do that. But I promise you, we'll be in the kingdom when that happens. We won't need to say to get in. Because everybody there is made it. So there won't be no need for a Savior. So if you don't make it now, you're not going to. And I feel for my brothers who just can't see Mashiach in the Old Testament, the Torah. He's all over it. It's hard to miss it if you know who the good prophet.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes he's called the angel of the Lord. Sometimes he's called captain of the host. See? But this might sound that unit kick on. Can y'all still hear me? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sometimes he's called captain of the host. See? He's all over the scripture. When I say, and this part of speech, you know, Elder, when I say the angel of the Lord, what part of speech is that?
First person. You talking about first,
Definite
second,
article, right?
definite article.
When you put the in front of something, that's a definite article. You know, I know, you know, people know English and stuff and how that works. When you say the, that's definite. Now, if I say a, if I say a angel or an angel, that can mean one of many. That can mean one of many. But when it says the angel, you'll see the difference. You'll see the difference. All right, go to your next.
2 Chronicles 7 and 14.
Okay.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sins, and will heal their lands.
See, those are specific instructions. He didn't say, maybe if y'all do this, maybe if y'all do it this way. He said to do it. If my people. See, it's a stipulation there. Then if we do what he say, you know, look at what he said he'll do. Now, family, it's these groups out here. Like, I don't know if y'all familiar with it, in fact. Now, they're there for a purpose. Believe it or not, the Most High is using them. And we'll find out why. The protesters, he's using them. We're going to find out why. Okay, go to me.
Numbers 20, 5 through 12.
This is where Moses, I believe, didn't do what he was supposed to do.
And wherefore have ye made us to come up out of Egypt, to bring us into this evil place? It is no place of seed, or of figs, or of vines, or of pomegranates, neither is there any water to drink. And Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And they fell upon their faces, and the glory of Yahweh appeared upon them. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Take the rod, and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before their eyes, and it shall give forth its water. And thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. And Moses took the rod from before the Most High, as he commanded him. And Moses and Aaron gathered the congregation together before the rock. And he said unto them, Hear now, ye rebels, must we fetch you water out of this rock? And Moses lifted up his hand, and with his rod he smote the rock twice, and water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their beasts also. And the Most High spake unto Moses and Aaron, Because ye believe me not, to sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore ye shall not bring this congregation into the land.
Now, you see what that cost Moses from not doing things the way the Most High said do it. My Lord's been running for 70 years. Every year. When the seasons change, your body's immune system readjusts to the temperature. So you may get a runny nose or scratch your throat. This happens every day. That's normal. Your body knows how to protect itself.
That's right.
So when the weather changes, oh, it's warm now. Let me kick this in, right? Do you know when you have a fever? Do you know that's your immune system doing that to you? You know why it's doing it? Why it raises your body temperature? To try to destroy whatever that is. Because certain viruses or some can't live above certain temperatures. So your body tries to compensate, okay, let me raise this body temperature up to kill this disease. Am I right?
That's right.
That's why you have a fever. A fever is not really a bad thing unless it gets very high and stays there. But when you first get a fever, that's your body recognizing something is wrong. It's something invaded you that shouldn't be there. And it reacts to it. It's going to raise your body temperature to try to kill it. That's what it does. The Most High didn't leave nothing out when He created us. Perfectly. Perfectly. Our bodies are designed, I mean, there's not a computer in this world, nothing in this world worth more than your body that the Most High created. It's priceless. You can't even put a tag on it. Your brain is capable of storing more information than the entire internet. Did you know that? The entire internet. That's how powerful your brain is. I mean, most of us can recall stuff we did when we was 2 years old. You know, we can just recall it. So, what these people are trying to do is to make you think the Most High is not going to help you. He doesn't exist. Mashiach doesn't exist. And a lot of people have bought that, really. Especially people who only believe in the Torah and the Old Testament. They bought that lie. But I'll tell you something right now. If there's no Mashiach, then there is no Most High. And vice versa. You cannot separate. Period. Don't even try. Scriptures plainly tell you that. We'll go over. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot say, I believe in the Torah, but Mashiach was made up by the Romans. What? And the scripture tell you the Most High put Himself in flesh, and you got the nerve to sit there and say that? I don't understand that. But anyway, they're just trying to get us off our mark. Do y'all know the Cuomo brothers? Chris, and I think one of them, the governor of New York. Well, Mario's dead, but his two sons. Chris is one of the main anchors on CNN. And Andrew is the governor. And Barack Obama. I got video, and if I remember, on YAH'S Justice, I'll put it down in the description box where you can see it yourself. These people said that the reason the numbers in some places are dropping from COVID is because of them. They said the Most High ain't had nothing to do with it. This is recent, out of their own mouth. They said it. Even Barack Obama. Well, prayer ain't enough. Since when?
Why?
Always work for me. They because of when the numbers drop, it's them. They said, we don't need to be praying. We don't need no God to do this. See, this is what they're trying to get you to think, that you're self-sufficient and taking you off your mark. They want you to believe that your total existence relies on them, not the Most High. Or he can't do nothing. Y'all shouldn't be telling people, you in my thoughts and prayers. He's against you telling people that. That's the worst thing you can tell somebody. These people are wicked. Understand this. They are Satan's children. They are out to get us first, because they have this wicked, stupid, crazy idea that if they can destroy the Most High's people, then it ain't no need of the Most High fulfilling the rest of the prophets. Right. And he'll leave them alone. Do that sound like a logical person? The Most High is not going to forget nothing. All the slain that are in the ground, their blood is calling out to the Most High. That is the naughtiest place on earth. Hallelujah. He is not, I don't care how much repenting you do and everything else, you got that price to pay. That's already, that's written in stone.
Yes, sir.
Just like we had to pay for what our ancestors did, they bill coming due too. And it's coming due real quick.
Hallelujah.
True justice.
See?
All right.
Now, I know I got a different opinion, from most people about COVID. But see, it's because of what I believe. See, I know it's something out there, because what they do is they inject a few people with it, but see, here's the thing. It can't be spread from human to human just because they gave it to them, because it was made up. It's not real. So a few people died from it because they gave it to them. And then they use that to say, oh, see, the symptoms with this and that. But they know it can't be spread from human to human. This is why they come up with the vaccine, so all of the United States and the world got to be vaccinated. Because it cannot be spread from person to person. See, it's generic. It's made up. It's not real. Your body is able, your immune system is able to deal with viruses. We deal with them every day, whether you know it or not. We're bombarded with bacteria and everything all day, every day. And you never even realize it. You never even realize that your immune system is on alert 24/7. That's why you don't feel sick, because it's already taken care of. You get a runny nose, your immune system, let's stop that. I get headaches and sinus headache. I don't even take aspirin. I take nothing. I go lay down. When I wake up, I'm good. I'm not into putting that stuff in my body, So if I get a headache, I just go take a nap. Something. Instead of bombarding yourself with all this medicine. Now, I'm not against medicine, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you might need it to help kickstart something, But as a rule, I just don't take it. And at my age, I've yet today have had the flu. I've never had it in my entire life. Never. Not once. Not once have I had the flu. I'm like Donald Trump. He said he ain't never had it and he ain't gonna get it. That's what he said on camera. And he said he ain't taking no shot, no flu shot. He said that's the biggest joke it is. Now that's on YouTube. Out of his own mouth, he said, So I depend and trust on the Most High. That's it.
Hallelujah.
That's it. I can't put it no simpler than that. Because I know my days are numbered. And I know he knows from my birth the day that I'm going to die. He knows the ending from the beginning. So if you're not supposed to die of COVID, you're not. It's just that simple with me. Now, I know other people may have a problem with that, and that's okay. But my mindset is, I'm not going to go around here 24 hours a day worrying about something I can't see. That's just it. Something that you told me exists. I don't believe it. The whole world has bought into it. The whole world, wearing masks and gloves and all this here, they have bought into it. Of something somebody say exists that we can't see. And we don't have a problem with it. You know, we don't have a problem with it. Oh, well, the CDC say let's wear this. And trust me, family, I am not down on nobody. I don't blame you. If you think something is out there, by all means, protect yourself. Me, I'm just senile and crazy. I'm just stupid enough to believe the Most High gonna watch over me. I'm just that stupid. And he's gonna have to prove me wrong. But the whole world has bought into it. For something that you can't see. Okay? Oh, it's out there. In order to be saved, you gotta do this. You gotta wear this glove. You gotta wear this mask. And you gotta stay 6 feet apart. In order for you to be saved. Right? From a virus you can't see. But, by the same token, we can't see the Most High. But he gave us instructions. In order to be saved, you gotta do this. And we won't do that. Look. We'll obey all day long whatever comes across the TV. Well, next time the virus exists only 3 feet off the ground, next we'll see people crawling around because they think the virus is at 3 feet level. I know I'm being facetious, but I'm just saying, if they got on the news tomorrow and said, well, we found out that the virus hovers only at 3 foot level, you look out your door and people crawling. You see how easy it is to believe? But you can't believe in the Most High. And he's invisible. He's got laws to tell you how to stay alive and how to be saved. You can't abide by them. No. That's too much like right. See? But you can let these people on the media tell you something out there and let man tell you how to be saved. When the power of life and death is in the hands of the Most High only.
Hallelujah.
Yes, I fully trust him. That's all I can say. You know, I just fully trust him. I have good reason to. Because on several occasions, he's had to come and attend to me. And here's a witness sitting here. There's a apostle back there. I've had 3 different times where I was hospitalized, couldn't breathe. At home, stopped breathing. That isn't bad feeling, folks. When you can't suck no air in and you can't exhale none out. It's like drowning. Normally, after 5 minutes, you're supposed to have brain damage. Neither time it happened to me. I know it was at least 10 before I got to the hospital. Yeah. It was at least 10 minutes. So some should have happened. But when they came and checked on me, I was sitting up in bed asking them what went on in Shabbat.
Hallelujah.
I ain't saying nothing the government. I'm not gonna sit here and try to prolong my life, like that. When the Most High call me, I'm gone. See y'all later. Don't worry, y'all gonna catch up. Don't worry about it. You gonna catch up with me. So why put this strain of life on yourself? We got enough to worry about. Then to get bombarded by this news every day. When you look at the news, don't look at it as fact, but look at the narrative. That's what you look at. Who's pushing the narrative and why? All this COVID is all tied to a one world government.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Expose it.
They have things in place. It's all planned out. Do you know it's a such thing as planned opposition? Controlled opposition? When things happen, they got people to come out and oppose. When the last time you seen people able to go and yank down statues on private property and not go to jail? That's what you call controlled opposition. They allow them people to do it. Have you ever heard of that? You can go up to this property and destroy it? No. Some places you still get a ticket from jail wall. But they don't allow you to go up there and throw ropes and chains around statues that's been there for all how long and yank them down and not go to jail. That's what you call controlled opposition. They plant people in protest to break things up, to tear up the city. It's all an agenda. Oh yeah, well, the American people that got out of hand there. Oh, we better get the National Guard in here. That's where we got problems. I know people say, man, yeah, they need to disband the police. Defund them. Do you know what you're asking for? Because if they defund the police, the military is coming. And they play by a whole different set of rules. You cannot sue them. I mean, you can sue the city and the police department. But if one of the military men shoot you, you just dead. That's it. He ain't going to no trial or nothing. That is military. Because once they come in and march law, your rights and stuff went out the door anyway. You don't have any. So be careful what you ask for when you put it in a national database so that they can't get another job being a law enforcement officer nowhere.
That's it.
That's right.
That's how you get rid of them.
That's right.
See, what they do, they get fired from this one and go right down the road and get hired again.
That's right.
But if you put your police officer license in the national database, they can't get a job nowhere being no police.
That's right.
See, we think him getting fired, you done something. He's done nothing. He's just gonna go get hired down the street.
Getting vacation.
Yeah. Put him on paid administrative leave. That's paid vacation, that's what it is. So, be careful what you ask for, I'm telling you. Just be careful with that. Go ahead, man.
Daniel 7:25.
We should know this word.
Hey.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall swear out the saints. Excuse me. Salaki, let me start over. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and he shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into the hand until the time and times and the division of times, dividing of times.
Right? See, isn't that what the Cuomo brothers did? Spoke great things against the Most High?
Yes, sir.
Telling you that the reason why the COVID cases dropped is because of us, not God. We did that. I want to see you hear yourself when he strikes you personally.
Hallelujah.
See, put it on there. That's what I want to see you put it on. Get it on me. Let me see you hear yourself. See.
He's talking like Nebuchadnezzar.
Yeah.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Never. Yeah.
Look what I have done.
Head got big.
Yes.
Got the big head. And I'm going to be sure to put that video on God's Justice. On the day video when you can see them yourself. Come out their own mind. The Most High didn't do nothing. We did it. Kind of sound like Satan when he got thrown out and gone.
Yes, sir.
Then his children, why shouldn't they sound like it? Go ahead.
Psalms 14 and 1.
Okay.
The foolish have said in his heart, there is no Elohim. They are corrupt. They have done abominable works. There is none that doeth good.
See, these people that's running, that's doing all this plotting of the government and one world system and all this, most of them don't even believe the Most High. A lot of them do, but they're trying to change prophecy, which you can't. I don't care how bad they want to or try to destroy Israel, they cannot. The Most High is not going to let them.
That's right.
And some of us may fall during the battle. Be sure of that.
Yes.
But destroying Israel as a whole, that's not going to happen.
Hallelujah.
We're in the last captivity. Did y'all know that we were in 7 captivities? The number 7 means something to the Most High. Right off the top, I think you Babylon, Medes, Persia, then, Rome. We're in the last one. America is the last captivity. This is number 7. What does 7 mean to the Most High?
Completion.
Completion.
Nobody else is going to put us in slavery.
Hallelujah.
This is it. The Most High put us in. Most High gets us out. Can't no man do it. See, he made sure that as a people, we were used to war. The Most High said, we were no scary people. We were fighters. When we kept fooling with the Most High like we did disobeying it, and he sent us here, he put the spirit of fear on us against our captives. Have you ever heard of that? A plantation has maybe the owner and his wife, and they may have 2 or 3 people that's overseeing, which is a total of about 5 people. These plantations had upwards of 60 and 70 slaves on it, and they were scared to attack them. And they got hoes and axes, they work there every day. Right?
Right.
It could kill them. Every plantation could kill all of them. But the ones I put that fear in us, that we would have to survive this captivity.
That's right.
That's why he said, no man is going to buy you. You wasn't really buying like we were bought, we were bought. So in other words, no man will get you out of this. I'll put you in it. I'm going to get you out. So I'm not worried about another captivity. This is the last one. Yeah. Some people may get thrown into a FEMA camp for not listening. Being disobedient. When we up here, we trying to it. They come to your house because you ain't got no food. Don't go to that big on campus. The last you'll be seen of. They are not here to help nobody. They are part of it. They are part of it. So don't go. You know, I can't stress that enough. None of these agencies are here to help us. They expect us. They want to make sure we stay there. They do things in our face to let us know that they don't like us. Look what they did to the native, so-called Native Americans. I gotta say so-called. You know, that $5 thing. You know what I'm talking about. Gave them half of Oklahoma. We can't even get the little boy and let the mule get the mule getting their John Deere.
Say it again. Bring it up.
We couldn't even get that. See, they're doing this in our faces. They want you to know people do right by everybody but you.
Tell him.
When the discussion comes up, well, we got to do a study on it. Study, man, we've been here over 400 years. We still got to study it?
Exactly.
You know, and every time it's a study. Well, we'll look at it. Don't need you to look at it.
Something about it.
Yeah. So, I don't like it. And the way they try to do it, they want to get it the way they want to get it. Well, we'll put it off in the education. Man, I don't want your education.
Exactly.
Give me the land. I'll make my own business. Your education is not going to assure me of financial success.
Bring it out.
You know, there's a bunch of people right now at home got degrees and can't even look up.
Say it.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Give me some land.
Some land.
That's what you give me. You keep your education system, that's what messes us up.
Yes, sir.
That's what messes us up.
Tax-free land.
Paying them to lie to us. That's what we're doing
That's
with
right.
education.
That's
Paying
right.
them to lie to us.
They got selective things they can teach in big schools. See, they're not going to teach you the truth.
It's education of the Negro.
That book is right in there in the library we got in there. If you want to read it.
Revelation 12 and 12.
Okay.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell therein. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for Hasatan is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
See, this is why the attack is on the increase. Time is running out. These folks are scared. I'm telling you that, they're scared. See, Gentile has always had privilege. They're not used to being told what to do. So it's going to be a problem. When they reinstitute this stay-at-home stuff, and you can't do this, it's going to be a problem. I'm telling you, they're going to hit the street. They may stay in the court for a while, you know, a month or two up now, maybe a couple of weeks. But they're not used to being told what to do. We've been following around for 400 years. But they're not used to being told what they can't do. And it's going to be a problem. Watch and see. That's when you go and see how many AR-15s and all that is in this state. You're getting to see how many AK-47s and rocket launchers and everything else these people got. You're lying there. Texas is a gun state. I wouldn't be surprised if every 4-year-old didn't know one. In jail, yeah. Because I see them all the time at the gun range. They got children her size, her age, after applying 357 Avenue. I see it all the time. See, they learn it. I'm telling you.
Exodus 1 and 10.
What?
Exodus 1 and 10.
Okay, good. That's good.
Cain.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it comes to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
See, this is part of the fear. They know they move is about over, and they see us on the rise. See, they don't see that same fear of long ago. See, now people get right in your face and tell you just what they think about you. I don't care who you are. They don't see that same fear. Now, we had ancestors back in the days of slavery. Some of them you just didn't mess with. They would kill you. But not all. You know, you had a few, but they found out you was planning to escape, they sneak and tell them. Or whatever, come over, they come around, running home now, it's 2 a.m. See, they were scared. Well, you want to get all of us here. But now, that day up in there, we still got some boot killers. Coons. And not necessarily scared. That's just what they are. They set up. See? But as a rule, we're not scared. And like I said, brother, we've done nothing to nobody for all nations to hate us. Right. Nothing. What do? We plant your food. We build this country. What part of it you mad at us for?
That's right.
See? Our women nurse your babies.
That's right.
Because your wife is sorry to you, the baby would have died for a meal. Would have been a meal. I'm not saying.
Tell the truth, huh?
They couldn't. They had to have us. The good stuff. The good stuff. I don't know that now. I don't think my mom breastfed either. Most people I know that were breastfed, they pretty healthy even to the day. I don't know if they made a difference or not. But it sure made a difference to them. They run and bring them to it. Here, man, stay on. This boy need to be bad. And that's just the way it was. So we've done nothing to nobody. Everybody comes up with this preconceived idea. Someone will even the one that moved their store in our neighborhood. So if we walk in and they hide all behind cans trying to see if you're going to steal something. Preconceived.
Prejudice.
That's what you call prejudice.
That's right.
You got a preconceived idea about something or somebody. See? I mean, all of them. I don't care which nation they from, which race they from. They all do you the same way. And they're not going to, they pump all the money out of our neighborhood, but they're not going to hire either one of them.
Bring it out, elder.
They bring their own.
That's right.
And they don't even live in our neighborhood.
Say it.
You know why they don't put them in the Gentile neighborhood? Because they can't. They won't let them. They don't go down there and get a zoning change before they let that happen. You're not sticking those stores in that neighborhood. You sticking them in ours because we live with money. You know, the supermarket is maybe 3 miles from your house. 349. But the convenience store is a block or two away. Now if you go in there and pay another 85 cents for a little burger instead of just going down the street and get it at the supermarket.
Bring it out.
That's why they call them convenience stores.
Yes, sir.
Convenient, they snatch your money.
Teach it.
That's what's convenient. Everything in there is marked up.
That's right.
That's right.
Exactly.
Highway robbery.
Teach it.
Psalms 83 and 4. Psalms 83 and 4.
Hey.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
See, they are afraid, literally afraid of us. Let me tell you something. They know we are a powerful people. They know it. If something were to happen, that all the guns were taken away, nobody got a gun. See, you can leave the knives, because they ain't gonna try to attack you with no knife no way, because that means it's gotta be up close. And you suddenly get disarmed and whooped. But take away all the guns. You walk down the street in the middle of the blue lights and they wouldn't bother you because they don't have a gun. That's their man move. Take that gun away and see how docile they get. At my age, I guarantee you, a 40-some-year-old Gentile fool with me and he ain't got a gun, I'll beat him to death. Right now, this very minute, we can toss our little firearms on the ground and go at it. I bet you don't believe me. So they're scared. All nations are. And we ought to be feared. In more than one way. Well, I wish y'all go back where y'all came from. Really? You really wish that? We're gonna see. Because the day that the Most High removes us is the same day y'all die. Now we'll see how bad y'all want us up out of here.
Okay.
The same day that He gathers us up to safety and move us out of here, judgment falls on you that day. Don't be telling me you wish we go back. No, you don't. You better hope He just here alone. We are the only thing between you and the Most High destroying you. We're in the way. Think about that. We know y'all wide open target. Y'all wide open. We are the buffer between you and your death. Think about that when you go to wishing black folk disappear. We would, oh, y'all need to go back to hell. Okay, right in a minute. Provide me sure. I'm out of here. Send the ships of Tarshish over here for me. And I'm taking my gold and silver with me too.
That's right.
That y'all got.
We'll leave. You ain't gonna like the result. All of them, I couldn't invite people to leave before Most High pay attention to it, and you know what they like. Let me move my kids. See, keep on asking more. Like I said, you better watch what you ask for.
That's right.
They'll keep asking you to leave until the Most High, you know what, you're right. Let me move. Now what's up? See, look, man, the Most High raised us up. I don't know if y'all know about these guys. What they call? NFAC, NFAC.
Not.
I know what it stands for. And some of the protesters, the Most High really come on purpose. You know what he's doing? He's calling us to be a burden on the nation. We are on the nation, we are a total burden to them. This is what they want to get rid of. We become a burden to them.
Zechariah 12:3.
You got it. You got it.
Zechariah 12:3.
Hey.
And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it.
You see that?
That's mighty.
Those people you see, the impact and all that, we're becoming a burden. See, we're beginning to speak up and rebel. See, ain't nothing say out and shut up, boy. Ain't no more that. Those days are gone.
Yes, sir.
And they know that, though.
Yes, sir.
That's why they treat that shit, oh man, what we gonna do now? These folks that woke up.
No more Cooney.
We in trouble.
Guess I gotta fight.
Look at how they attack us, man. Why does it take 6 police to arrest one black man?
All right.
What?
Judah has awakened.
You ever notice that?
The lion unleashed.
If I was out here in the street right now, I'm an old, frail-looking man, they gonna send 4 or 5 police to man down on me.
Or a SWAT team.
Yeah. With body all over that nigga, I don't need all that. I'm all in. And their body smell me. Trust me. They don't care about your age and that's what the Most High said. You know, ain't that gonna have no respect for the elderly and the young.
That's right.
Yeah, that officer arrested that little old girl that was crying in Florida. Little old girl at a school, 5 to 6 years old, in handcuffs.
See? No respect.
Wow.
No respect. You got to have a SWAT team and bro, your side? Oh man, they was in a battalion. I'm not kidding. Big, strong, muscular dude. Oh no, they got to have about 6 cops on you with tasers. All that. No, ain't no way.
But it's better than that. One,
Yeah, boy, I don't know. One ain't gonna do it.
they gonna shoot you.
I'll take one down. You know, but no, that's just the way they operate. You know, but we become a burden to them, and then they're hearing the noise. Get this, they hear the noise from us waking up. Read Ezekiel 37.
Ezekiel 37, 1 through 22.
Check this out, man. That's just right in with it.
And the hand of Yahuwah was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Most High, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, Most High, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the words of the Most High. Thus said the Most High unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter you, and you shall live. And I will lay sinew upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Most High. So I prophesied as I was commanded. And as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinew and flesh came upon them, and skin covered them above.
Stop right there for a second. This is prophecy, family. He's actually using metaphor. This is Israel waking up. Because we were dead. This is Israel actually awakening. What we are experiencing now. The noise, our enemies are in, is the noise of us waking up. The bones rattling. This is what they hear. This is what's playing. See, let me ask you something. If you walk through a cemetery at night and you heard the bones of all of them that's in there rattling, will you be scared?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's what they're scared of. This is night for them. This is dark. They hear our bones rattling. They see us, they'll come back to life. Just as in Ezekiel. Like, can these bones live? Yeah. See, now the noise they hear is our awakening.
That's right.
That's the noise they hear. In the darkness of their hour, they're hearing us come home.
That's right.
That's the great noise they hear. All over the world. Not just in the United States. All over the world, they are hearing that noise. Some of the African countries are ban them from coming back into their country. Especially, I think, Senegal. Stay out of here. Yeah. They're hearing the noise. That's the noise they hear of us coming back together. The awakening from the dead. That is what's striking fear in them. They know we are awake. And they can't stop it. There's nothing they can do to stop it.
That's right.
Nothing. Continue.
But there was
Talking down because we're waking up out of bounds.
Hallelujah.
hallelujah.
This is what is striking fear to the nation.
Yes, sir.
An exceeding great army. Most out of what was up there. You can't put it back to sleep there.
That's right.
Right.
You know, catch that bag.
That's right.
Yeah, you can't put the lid back up on this one. Can't shut this down there. No matter what y'all do, that awakening is going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. As the Most High see fit to keep waking our brothers and sisters, He's going to get to them. Don't worry about it. When you see these guys at impact or whatever they may be, they know. He's going to get to them.
That's right.
All right, put them up. Come on in there. But He's using them to strike fear. If we weren't the same people,
Yes, sir.
that y'all beat up all the time and killed our babies, raped our women. We ain't living that.
No, sir.
See? He's using them to strike fear. See? We're burning there. Oh, it was all good when we were doing all this cooking and building this country for my they loved us then. Now that everything is already built, you know, they got all the money and they won't eat it. And we can't go that way kind of person. It ain't like we taught that little boy came here and on our own.
They been running hands on us.
Yeah, you You brought us over here, and you sent us back.
That's right.
Yeah. You're responsible for our transportation needs.
Yes, sir.
You're going to be whether you want to or not. So, but you want to be just like Pharaoh. When the more I get to working on you, you're going to want us out of here. Man, take what y'all want, just leave. See, the more I just willing us. Take this stuff, get out of here, man. And you might try to change your mind, go later on, and get killed in the process. But you're not going to destroy it. That's not in the whole side plan. You can forget it. You tried it. You know, you gave us the alligators. You hung us, shooting us down the street. You experiment with all kinds of diseases with us and all that. And we're just like roaches. We keep coming. You can't kill us. You cannot kill us all. We are the most durable people on this planet. There is no other race alive anywhere that can handle what we've been through.
That's right.
Hallelujah.
None. They couldn't handle Jim Crow. They couldn't handle their children getting slaughtered. Somebody take your wife right in front of your face and rape her, you can't do nothing. They couldn't take that. There's no other people but us who were durable enough to go through that. I know I had to go through it. It's a history of this time. There's one right here. It's not very good. So I don't know how many of y'all know about this time. But I can give you this one. It was terrible. When I was young, they still had white and black bathrooms, white and black drinking closets, right downtown Fort Worth. Everywhere. Segregated schools, which I was glad of that. Because I never had to go to school with them. I went to all that school all the way through high school. Never had to. I was thankful for that. But as soon, I think in the 70s, when they integrated the school, all of a sudden, they took punishment out of school. See, when I was going to school, the principal would beat you in half to death. You get sent to the principal's office. And then your parents got on you when you got home. But when they started mixing us with them, they took punishment out of school. Why? Because they didn't want none of us with their kids. They took. So all of y'all ain't touching no more. That's why we got all these gun shootings at these schools. It's no different. They took the Most High out of the schools too.
Yes, sir.
Where is it going to be? Huh? They know nothing. They don't know anything about the Most High. Because you took the word out of the school. That's why all those shootings took place. And thank goodness it wasn't us.
Hallelujah.
You know, we're not a violent people. Trust me. We're a defensive person, people. We would have been there.
Yes, sir.
You take the average sister that's not strong, she's not, no suit, you go with her kid, you got hell on your hands. She'll fight you to the death for her daughter, her son.
Yes, sir.
I'm not kidding. You take a clowness looking woman, you won't.
Check your mic.
You fool with their children, you're going to have to kill them. So we're not violent people. The violence we learned, it was taught us. You know, this ain't violent, we grew in.
That's right.
We didn't do all that. We're not violent people. If another ethnicity, I'll say, to our neighborhood, what do? We will, help them, and you need some help moving that stuff in. He ain't got to worry about waking up in the morning and we got some painted on his garage, a derogatory name. We just the opposite. Say, look, when y'all get moved in, man, we having a barbecue tomorrow, man. Don't y'all come on over. See, that's what we do. We do it with that neighborhood. Oh, we got everything painted on our garage. See, we're the most cordial people at here. I think we do more than each other than we ever done to anybody else.
That's right.
You know, we treat everybody else just fine.
Too friendly.
Yeah. We're friendly. But, man, we move in the neighborhood, we got the N-word painted on our garage.
Crossing the yard.
Got eggs and stuff thrown all over your car, and eggs will ruin your paint job, man, if you don't get it off. That acid in the egg, it eats straight through to the part.
That's right.
Smoke somebody egg your car, and don't get it off. Cause you will eat through the paint. Just a little side. Go ahead.
Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dry, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our part. Therefore prophesy and say unto them, Thus said the Most High, Behold my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am the Most High, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves. And ye shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live. And I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I am the Most High, have spoken it, and performed it, said the Most High. The words of the Most High came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it, for Judah, and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it, for Joseph, and the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou show us what thou meanest by this? Say unto them, Thus saith the Most High, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribe of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick. And they shall be one in mine hand. And the stick wherein thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Most High, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, or whether they be, or whether gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountain of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all.
That's what the Most High is in the process of doing. It's not gonna be no more Israel and Judah. It's gonna be one together. So we've always been split apart. We had problems with each other, you know. And so he's just gonna bring them all together. And so he's letting you know, after we awoke, you seen the awakening, them bones rattling and the flesh coming back on that's metaphorical. That's what that is. It's letting you know that this is that time where the Most High's people is waking up. That's it. So right now, before I'm gonna read a few verses, I just want people to kind of understand Mashiach. See, if you don't understand it, family, pray on it. Ask the Most High to reveal it to you. He will. None of us in here any different than anybody else. If you really want to know, he'll show it to you. So let's see about. We're just gonna do a few of them. We're gonna get out of it. But go to Genesis 18:1. Genesis
18:1.
Okay.
And the Most High appeared unto him in the plain of Memre. And he said in the tent door in the heat of the day. Genesis 18:21 through 25. I will go down now and see whether they have done altogether according to the cry of it, which is come unto me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from thence, and went toward Sodom. But Abraham stood yet before the Most High. Abraham drew near and said, wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Peradventure, there be 50 righteous within the city. Wilt thou also destroy and not spare the place for the 50 righteous that are therein?
Okay. Now, let's see. Now, verse 25. What does it say?
That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, and that the righteous should be as the wicked. That be far from thee.
Okay. Now you see what he said to who he was talking to. In other words, that was the Lord that appeared before, and he's standing there having a conversation with him. I submit to you, he was standing there having a conversation with Mashiach. Find that hard to believe? I don't know if it's written on there, but find John 5:22. I think that's the verse. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's John 5:22.
John 5:22. For the Father judges no man, but have committed all judgment unto the Son.
Now, go back to Genesis 18:25. What did he call him?
Adonai.
Yeah, but what did he say? Read the verse.
Verse 25.
Yeah. What did he call him?
That be far from thee to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wicked, that the righteous should be as the wicked.
Judge.
He called him the judge, right?
That's right.
Okay. What does it say in 5:22?
He has committed all judgment to the Son.
It says the Most High. The Father ain't judging nobody. That's Mashiach.
That's right.
So what did Abraham call Want the judge of the whole earth to do right?
That's right.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
But we got these Old Testament only folks. Can't see that?
Yes, sir.
Abraham just called him the judge of the earth. The scripture tells you Most High is not judging nobody. That's on the Son. The Son tell you that. We said when I come back, return, my reward is in my hand.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Mashiach is going to judge you,
Yes, sir.
not the Father. All judgment has been handed to Mashiach. This is why Abraham said, will the judge of the whole earth not do the right thing?
Yes, sir.
It's just in there, family. All you have to do is read it. It's in there. The scriptures can't be broken. They just can't. I don't care how you try it. You know, I'm gonna read you up. Let's see. John. It's okay. John 8:56.
Okay. 56 through 58? Okay. John 8:56 through 58.
Okay.
Your Abba, Abraham, rejoiced to see my day,
Yes.
and he saw it and was glad. Then said Jews unto him, Thou art not yet 50 years old, and have thou seen Abraham? Yahushua said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Now with Mashiach lying? He did see Abraham.
That's
He
right.
went to him in the plains of Mamre.
Yes, sir.
So he wasn't lying to him, but they themselves couldn't figure that out.
That's
Well,
right.
wait a minute, man. You ain't even 50. How you gonna be unseen Abraham? Because he pre-existed him.
That's right.
That's right.
When the Most High wants to deal with us, family, he's subject to send somebody, angel or some fleshly being. They're not really flesh, but that's what we see. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's what he wants you to see. So, why, yeah, he can make that claim. Because Abraham was glad to see my day, because Abraham seen him on more than one occasion.
That's right.
I can't get into this right now, but he seen him as Melchizedek. That's a whole other story. But he came as that too.
That's right.
Am I right?
That's right.
See, it's a lot of people mind all boggled about this Melchizedek. I mean, it's done baffled many of teachers. In fact, they don't even want to touch it most of the time. Well, he was, Melchizedek is not a name. It is a description. That's where you get thrown off at.
Hallelujah.
Go to Hebrews right quick. I'm going to get out of here, Apostle. Go to Hebrews. I think it's Hebrews 7 or even Hebrews 5. We got to see this.
Hebrews 7.
Hebrews 7 to 6.
Hebrews 7 and 1.
Daniel.
For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High, whom met Abraham, y'all gotta catch this. Let me start this over. I'm going to emphasize on where I'm saying you need to catch it. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High, whom met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him.
Let me interject right quick. Abraham, after being successful in battle, you know, he's going to get his boy Lot, who done got in the mess. Well, Abraham was successful, and he took all the spoils. But Abraham, and the Most High knows Abraham's heart. You know, he's righteous in his ways. So he knew Abraham was wanting to make an offering to him out of the spoils of war that he got. Okay? But the Most High knowing that, know that Abraham is not a priest. And so it has to be a priest for you to make the offering to. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yes, sir.
the Aaronic priest of Aaron's line,
That's right.
they had to do it. You're not a priest, you can't make the direct offering. So the Most High, knowing this is what's in his heart, that he wants to share all of the offerings from his fall, he sent him somebody to do it too. Because Melchizedek, they called him, appeared out of nowhere. He was just there. Read his description. Or is that in there? Go ahead.
Continue in verse 2.
Yeah, just go ahead.
To whom all Abraham gave a tenth part of all. First being the interpretation king of righteousness. And after that also king of Salem.
Hold it right there. This is where they get messed up. Where it say king of Salem. Salem is the English version of Shalem, which is the same as Shalom.
Yes, sir.
It's spelled S-H-A-L-E-M instead of L-O-M. But it is the same word, Shalom. He's the king of peace.
That's right.
You see that?
And it's written in verse 2 also, which is king of peace.
And Isaiah called him the Prince of Peace.
The prince of peace. What does a prince become?
A king. Hallelujah.
All kings, I know people think, well, how he gonna be king? You know, and his father still living. The same way Solomon became king because David wasn't dead yet.
That's right.
You can turn it over to your son. See? So, he is our king of peace. And Shalom. It never was a city name. You can look at every ancient map you got. You will not find no city named Salem. You know who said that? Who felt that it may have been that way was the Jewish scholars. Jewish scholars.
One of these.
They thought, well, it had to be a city named Salem. Jerusalem was always Jerusalem. Well, not always. But before it was called Jerusalem, it was called Jebus. J-E-B-U-S. You know why? Because that's where the Jebusites dwell.
That's right.
It never was called Salem.
That's right.
And when David conquered it, it had a different name. They sometimes called it the city of David. Or they called it Zion.
That's right.
Never Salem. Look it up. Go find the oldest map. You will not see Salem on there. So it was not a location. They were saying he's the king of peace.
That's
Yes, sir.
That's what that is. And get to the part where he didn't have no folks. Is that in there?
Let me read them down.
Go ahead.
Without father, without mother, without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like the Son of the Most High, abiding a priest continually.
Hold it right there. Who do you know on this planet didn't have a beginning and ending? Who do you know didn't have a mother and father? Who do you know that is not going to have an end to him? And furthermore, who is our high priest?
Mashiach.
Okay, well if this person here, if you're going to make him an actual high priest, then we got two of them, and that's the problem. We don't have two high priests. We have one. This was the precursor to that.
Yes.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Abraham wanted to do the right thing. He wanted to tithe. He wanted to make an offering, but he's not a priest. And the Most High knew it, so he furnished him one. Just like he furnished him a lamb instead of killing his son.
That's right.
Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Moses was being obedient. Man, I don't want to kill my son, but man, I gotta obey the Most High. He drew a knife back, and the angel of the Lord said, "Don't do that. Don't hurt the lad. I got you a lamb over there in that bush over there. Go get it and kill it. I just want to see where you gonna obey me." See? And so he knew Moses wanted to do an offering as far as the block. But he's not a priest. So he furnished him one. Melchizedek. Look what Melchizedek did. He brought out bread and wine. Who ever done that besides Marshall on that last dinner? This is my body. This is my blood. Bread and wine. You get it?
Yes, sir.
It's easy. And for somebody to say he wasn't in the Old Testament, are you kidding? He's the one that gave us the Ten Commandments.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That was him. He tell you that in what book of John? He said, if you love me, keep my commandments. He is the word of the Most High. That's who he is. When you hear him speaking, that's why he can clearly tell you in all honesty that you never heard the Most High. Because it was him you was in. So he's not lying when he said you never heard the voice of the Most High or never seen his form. He wasn't lying.
That's right.
Because you're not. He gave the Ten Commandments. And read it. I'm telling you.
Verse 4, y'all. Now consider how great this man was, unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the tenth of spoils. When we consider how great this man was, you will find that he is the Most High.
It's a lot to this. I know I've been up here for a minute, and I'm gonna have to cut it out. They fell down at his feet and worshiped him.
But why did he say that?
Well, he's trying to get people not to just, give credit to a man. But he was fully man, and he was fully, Most High. He never quit being the Most High. At any time. He can't. So he was getting the attention off himself. But they fell down and worshiped him all the time. They just fall at his feet. But now in Revelation, because you're not supposed to do that to a man. In Revelation, the angel had to tell John don't do it. Because John fell down at the angel, and the angel said, no, see to it that you don't do that. Say, I'm a servant just like you are. No, you honor the Most High. Don't bow down to me. You get us both those out of here.
So he was denying the carnal image of him.
Correct.
Yeah. So,
So,
and that you just don't do it. And I think that was Peter told somebody not to do it because they fell at Peter's feet. He said, get up. He said, I'm a man just like you. Don't do that. But Marshall, see, people fell at his feet and worshiped, especially Thomas. And you have to see what Thomas said to him. Thomas called him my Lord and my God. Now, let that sink in.
Hallelujah.
My Lord and my God. This is what he said to Marshall. He knew who he was dealing with. See? He said, my Lord and my God. And I wish we had time, brother. I'd give you verses that just probably rip your skull off. You know, because it's something else. Apostle, when do I need to get out of here?
When you finish.
Yeah, I just wish I could find them right quick and show them to you. This is something else. Give me just a second. I'm gonna show you where it's called at. Read this one here. Exodus 3 and 2.
Exodus 3 and 2.
I want to show you something.
Okay.
And the angel of the Most High appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the brush was not consumed.
And go down to 3 and 5.
Drop down to the 5th verse. And he said, draw not nigh hither. Put off thy shoes from off thy feet. For the place where thou standest is holy ground.
Okay. Keep that in mind. Verse 5. Keep that in mind now. Don't lose track of that. Now, you probably want to come to go to Joshua chapter 5. Verse 13 through 15. Keep that last statement in mind, man.
Joshua 5 and what verse?
13 through 15.
Joshua 5, 13 through 15. And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, art thou for us or for our adversaries? And he said, nay, but as captain of the host of the Most High.
Hold it right there, just a captain of the host, all right? Now, in your profession, the captain pretty much controls the department other than the chief, right?
That's right.
So there's only one person over him.
Correct.
And that's the chief.
That's right.
Okay. Now we getting the picture. This is the captain of the host, so there ain't nobody else over him but the boss. Now I can read.
I got to start that one over. And he said, nay, but as captain of the host of the Most High am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth.
All right, you see him fall on his face to worship him? All right, keep going.
And did worship, and said unto him, what said my Lord unto his servant?
What did he say?
And the captain of hosts, and the captain of the Most High host said unto Joshua, loose thy shoes from off thy feet.
What?
For the place wherein thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so.
What? Didn't you just read that up in what, Exodus? I mean, Genesis? Where he was told to take his shoes off?
Yes, sir.
That couldn't be a regular angel because you don't bow down to them. We just saw that in Revelation.
Hallelujah.
You don't bow down to just no messenger angel or none of that.
That's right.
So who's he bowing down to and who told him to take his shoes off just like they were told to up there in Genesis?
Amashiach. Hallelujah.
The Bible, it interprets itself. You don't need to do nothing. We read it and understand it.
That's right.
Captain of the host. That means ain't nobody over him.
That's right.
In the scriptures, he's known as the angel of the Lord. I have to show you that one day. When you use that definite article, the, that's who you're dealing with. Mashiach is all over the Old Testament. What's the problem? Oh, I'm leaving on New Testament. Them folks created Jesus. He told the Jews and Pharisees, he told them to search the scriptures because they testify of me. What scriptures was he telling them to search? It wasn't the New Testament because it hadn't been written yet. He wasn't dead.
The Torah.
That though the gospel and stuff was written after he died. He was talking to them. He told them to search the scriptures. He talking about go search the Torah. Because I'm in there. I come in the volume of the book.
Yes, sir.
What are you talking about? I'm all over it. I just can't see where they go wrong with the book. They're going to have to change because it's already been said and there's no other name under the heaven that you can be saved by. So who's they saving? You can't do no more bulls and goats and rams. That ain't getting it. So you gotta believe in Mashiach. That's why the Most High created it and put it here. That's why. And he told you what Mashiach say, I come in the Father's name. Unto you a child is born, you shall call him Emmanuel, interpreted God with us. Find me a room for the 3-year-olds so I can tell it to them, because they'll get it. They'll get that right quick. You got 90-year-old grown folks still can't get that. Emmanuel means God with us, huh? Well, that was Jesus. Yeah. Sure was. Well then how they gonna be God too? Cause he God. He do what he want to. What is that? I'm gonna get out of my people. What is Isaiah 43 something? I see this.
Isaiah 43, 11
Okay.
through
You're gonna get one more verse and I'm getting out from up here. Well, I know I make y'all suffer, don't you?
Now, this is good, this is very good. I'm enjoying this.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. But I love to pray about it.
Now, alright, since you want to know how Mashiach can be all this, read that.
Isaiah 9 and 6.
Let's just see who he is.
Hey.
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, mighty Yahuwah, the everlasting Abba, the Prince of Peace.
Yes.
What was that name they called? I know very well they didn't call Mashiach mighty God, did it?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, it is.
Again?
For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty God, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace.
Everlasting Father, huh? That's what he called righteous.
Mashiach.
Mashiach. Okay. One more. Go to Hebrews chapter 1. I keep lying to y'all. I'm sorry. Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3, and then do verse 8, and I'm out of here. Hebrews chapter 1.
And
I want y'all to see something.
Hebrews chapter 1, verse 3, and then drop down to verse 8.
I want y'all to see this.
and
Who being the brightness of his glory, and the express image of his person.
Whoa! Express image. Do you know what being the express image is something? Okay, just like it. Go ahead.
In upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged out sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high. Verse 8.
Now this, and after he read this, if y'all available, I got it right where you can get it right then, look this same verse up in your sequel, and it will give you a clear understanding. Now go ahead and read it like it is.
But unto the Son he said,
This is the Most High talking to the Son. Go ahead.
Thy throne, O God.
What? He just called Mashiach God. This is the Most High talking to him. Go ahead.
Thy throne, O God, is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of thy kingdom. I have the sefer. I can read it in the sefer.
Now read it in the sequel. You will get a very good idea. Just read it.
That's Hebrews.
1 and 8. I hope y'all caught that. Did you see the Father calling the Son God? Why? Because he is. And I think that's Timothy where he said that being in the form of God, he thought it not robbery to be equal with him.
That's right. Here's what it reads in the sefer. I'll read both of them, 5 and 8. For unto which the angel said he at any time, You are my son, this day have I begotten you. And again, I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son. Verse 8. But unto the Son he says, Your throne, O Elohim.
Whoa! Your throne, O Elohim. Elohim is both. That is the Father and Son. They are right there. They like this. When you say Elohim, you're talking about the body, the whole package, Father and Son. When you just want to talk about the Most High, you just say El, E-L. That's the Father. When you say Elohim, you're talking about both. Now go ahead.
Is forever and ever. A scepter of righteousness is the scepter of your kingdom.
I just wanted to show you that in the sequel where he the Most High is calling him Elohim. Now, what does he say in the scripture? There is no God but me. Whoops.
And
You
that's
see
in
that?
Philippians 2 and 6, where it says, "You being in the form of
Yeah.
Elohim of God,
That's
thought
it.
it not robbery to be equal with God." or
That's right.
Elohim.
That is right. Why did he think, the Pharisees wanted to kill him for saying, or hitting at him. You know, he said, well, which of these good works y'all gonna kill me for? We ain't killing you for the good work, we're killing you for blasphemy because you saying that you God. That's why they wanted to kill him. And he was. God the Father, God the Son. Same. You can't separate them. Sorry. Old Testament folks. You don't believe in the one, you can't believe in the other. Y'all out of luck. I'm sorry about that. But you can't change the scripture. That's just it. They can't be broken. It says just what it means. So, family, I really enjoyed myself. As you see, I could have went on for another 2 hours. I mean,
Let's pick up next time.
yeah.
Part 2.
But I just want you to understand so you won't let nobody throw you off your square when they start, these people in this world, they trying to get people to believe in yourself. Some of that old new age, well, name it and claim it. We don't need no God to heal us. I don't know about y'all, I do. And in fact, that's the only person, I don't even trust my doctor. I put my trust in the Most High that he'll guide my doctor to the right thing. You see what I'm saying? Put my trust in no man. Man makes mistakes. So I'd rather put mine in the Most High, Father, lead me to the right doctor. One who's genuine. Who will try to help me through you.
Yes.
Send me to know some of these other folks,